The Supreme Court has reserved the Aadhaar verdict. That has happened after hearings that can only be described as marathon. They've lasted some 3.5 months, and this has been reserved. Now, this is the second longest hearing that has taken place in history. This was said in the court today. I'm just trying to scroll down here to try and get you more details on all of these. Details on this just coming. We heard the AG tell the Supreme Court, like I said, that it's the second longest hearing after Keshavananda Bharti, which went on for 5 months. That case, of course, underscored the importance and the significance of the Indian Constitution. Let's go straight across to Vaidya, who's breaking the story here on NDTV. First, Vaidya, hi. Now, we know that this has been, such intensive hearings. Social media has really focused on this in great detail. Day observations and comments have made headlines, but clearly that we're not hearing the final word from the top court on this yet.
Natasha, can you come again? There is a little problem with the audio.
That's fine, Vaidya. I'll let you go. Just saying that despite all that marathon hearings and both sides arguing very passionately, clearly no final word from the top court.
Exactly, it's one of the longest hearing, as you rightly pointed out. It was it's a pleasure, in fact, being a part of this hearing. It started on January 17th. It went on completely, finally curtains today, right from AG, even UIDA chairman came here, and even some it was shown in the open court how all this thing went on. We are joined by Aditya Banerjee, who is one of the advocates, appeared for the petition, who did a hard work for this case. It seems to be quite the longest hearing probably you might be witnessing first time in your life here.
In my professional career, by far the longest hearing. It had a lot of drama, if I may call it so, because it had for the first time a PowerPoint presentation being made in court. You had a battery of senior counsels appearing on behalf of the petitioners, raising issues which deal with various provisions of the Constitution. It had fundamental rights issues. It had issues relating to the preamble as to the relationship between the state and the citizen. It had issues relating parliamentary privileges, namely whether the Aadhaar Act could have been passed as a money bill. So just to see the variety of constitutional issues which have been raised in this case, it truly has been an enriching
experience. How long this hearing went on?
So the hearing started on the 17th of January, if I'm not wrong, and today is 10th of May. So as per my notes, this was the 38th day of the hearing. In any case, it's definitely 4 months, which has been.
Which was the longest hearing?
So at the conclusion of the hearing, the Attorney General stated that this is probably the second longest hearing in the history of Supreme Court. The first, of course, being Keshavananda Bharti, which is the famous basic structure case which was pronounced by 13 judges.
As a young lawyer, these sort of constitutional bench cases help the careers of the young advocates?
All I can say, it was truly an enriching experience and once in a lifetime opportunity for me, probably.
Thank you. So Natasha, actually Aditya Banerjee, who assisted Shyam Diwan, saying it's a lifetime opportunity, exactly. But you can expect the judgment after the vacation, probably July or August we can expect. But it would be a very, very lengthy judgment, that I can assure you.
Okay, so the judgment, whether before I let you go, I mean, we know that it's been reserved, but the summer break, of course, coming up for the court. So is there any clarity on whether now this is definitely post the summer break? Is there any way of knowing that or not really?
Natasha, normally when the Supreme Court reserves verdict, it doesn't give a date, unlike the lower courts. So we'll have to wait now on the 18th of that next week, is the last working day. Of course, there will be a vacation bench. So the July first week only the court will be reopening. So we can expect the judges to write the judgment during the vacation and come up probably in the end of July or August, because there is one more judgment still awaited, is Delhi versus central government on the power dispute. That's again 5-judge bench. We are still waiting for the judgment. So it may be taking around July end or August, but it would be probably Justice Chandrachud would be writing a separate judgment because he posed a number of questions, and probably Justice Sikri also. Of course, as usual, we have Chief Justice Deepak Mishra will also be writing the judgment. So we have to wait and see. But as I already told you, it would be one of the lengthiest judgments.